The game is Diablo IV, currently in closed beta, finishing out the weekend. And this video is just going to be me telling you what I learned, what I experienced. I'm going to try to make it short. I'll probably ramble a little bit. It's very late at night, Sunday night. I got to get up and work early in the morning. But I wanted to get this video made because I won't be able to do it tomorrow while I'm working, obviously. And I want to try to get it out tomorrow morning. Along with some other videos. So I'm going to try to get this done, upload it, and you'll know what I kind of experienced. So, graphics-wise, I love it. I love it. Look at this dude. He is such a freaking beefcake, the barbarian. I like that they have... I like the character customization in it, too. It's not limited. I cannot wait to play the Necro. I was not looking forward to the Necro. Now I'm looking forward to the Necro. Well, I guess now's a good time to go over classes. So one thing I want to touch on that's a little bit negative is I've seen a lot of the higher end YouTubers, like as they're playing, they're like Sork is OP, right? Or they'll be like Barbarian's OP. Here the Barbarian has the best smash build. Source has the best smash. I haven't seen a lot of people talking up the Rogue, but the Rogue's very powerful. But what I think they're doing is giving a disservice for the viewers that don't know, haven't played the game. They all feel great to me. Sork feels powerful in its own way. It's squishier. You know, you got to dodge a lot of stuff, but it has range. It has Hydra. It has defenses that can almost make it invulnerable right now if you have the right setup. You know, Rogue has a lot of different... I haven't played that much Rogue, but leveling up, it felt just as powerful as the Sorcerer, if not, like, ridiculous. I was, like, literally laughing. I was like, oh my god. Like, I would just walk up to Elite and just destroy it. I was like, this is too easy. Barbarian felt the weakest to me, actually, until I started playing it, and I got a couple legendaries, and it just, like, changed. I was like, oh my god. This thing is just a beast. Like, nothing can stop him. It just depends. They're all powerful. I don't see any balancing issues as far as I can tell. But keep in mind, here's the big point I want to make on this. This is a level 25 cap, Act 1, just like they did with Diablo 3. When Diablo 3 released, before they had the beta and the open, I think they had a pre-order and open just like this. I'm not sure. It was a long time ago. It was 2012. But, like, how could you tell what Diablo 3 was going to be like? Just by playing that? I couldn't. Right? I knew how it ran. I knew how the combat was, and I really enjoyed playing the limited ability that I could playing it before it was released, just like I am with this. But you can't tell what that game's going to be like. You don't know what this game's going to be like. You don't know what's in store until you get there. So it's still a mystery. Druid could be OP. They all could be even and balanced. The only thing I'm concerned about is they put PvP in it. I think that's a horrible, I can't stress enough, horrible idea. I know I'm going to piss all the PvPers off out there. But it's just balancing. You can't make these guys super crazy powerful and fun if you got to worry about PvP balancing. Unless you have two complete separate systems. You know what I mean? There's ways of managing it, but you got to do it correctly. And who knows if they're going to do it correctly. So that's my only concern, really. Other than that, you know, it's a toss-up. I don't know how the game's going to be. Anyway, so just wanted to get that out there. I felt like that was kind of negative of those more popular YouTubers, and even like some of the more professional, knowledgeable YouTubers were doing it. And just, it didn't sit right with me because it's not what I've experienced. So anyway, character creation. I think it's irresponsible of them. I haven't even tried the chick. Let me try her out. The lady. Ah, she's beefy too. Look at her. Man, it just looks... Doesn't she look great? Look at her skin. Look at her muscle tone, the shadowing. Give her a little tan. I don't want dirt. Yeah. Alright, anyway. Let me go back to the dude. How do I go back? This guy. Look at this beefcake. Look at that muscle. That big hairy hawk chest. Got the veins in his arms that produce shadows. Just, dude is, this is barbarian to me. He is just like very hawkish. Like the incredible hawkish. Love the character design. I like that, I like the detail of the armor that I'm seeing. I like everything. I like how they move, the animations. They look great. They're fantastic job. I like that you can't really change his body. His body is his body. That allows him to do the armor for one specific body, but you can change like his coloring. Me, I always go with really pale. Super pale. Just man from the north, lives in the snow. I like the fact that each one has an incandescent option that's different colors. Like every class has a different color for their eyes. Very basic, you know. They got all the hairstyles. Let's do some carrot top. All right. I think the coloring is a little off though. There we go. But I'd like to. It's everything you need, right? And nothing more. All right. Got some makeup. Got some jewelry. Got some tattoos. Different tattoo colors. That one and that one are my favorite colors. You can do hardcore and then into naming. So naming convention. Naming convention, 2 letters to 12 letters. And you can name it at, there can be 1,000 highs. There could be 1,000, my name is. Oop. There could be only one, the game is. This is what people will see you as in the game. But when you chat, it'll say the game is, like, my account name's Fubar. So it'll say the game is Fubar, and then, like, your level. So it's all tied, just like Diablo 3. It's tied to your account name. Everybody, when they look at your character, is going to see this, but it is tied to your account name. Everything's tied to your account. So I kind of like that. I kind of like the way they did it in Diablo 3. I was hoping they'd do that here, and they did. There's no realm to choose right now. I don't know if there will be in live. There's no region to choose right now. I don't know if there will be in live. I've seen a lot of, you know, other countries playing. South America, Europe, Asia, all playing. I don't know if that's, you know, they're using VPNs. I don't know how that works. They might be hiding all that. So that's character customization. I think it's pretty well done. I like it. I think the game is a combination of Diablo 2. Look at it. Looks just like Diablo 2 with much upgraded graphics. Some Diablo 3 in it. All the conveniences and stuff like that, Diablo 3. With some Diablo Immortal. I think they pulled inspiration from 2, 3, and Immortal. I mean, they pulled inspiration from all their games, basically. And made this, so... are those inspirations good or bad? I don't know. So, as you can see here, here's my little, I got my little 13 Barbarian. I got 13, I wish I had more time. I got busy with family stuff, to play them up. And I got my 25 Wizard, right? Who has some nice legendaries on him. Look at that. I'm loving the way that's, like, my Wizard looks crazy. Like, I wouldn't even design him like that, but he just looks awesome. And I haven't done anything with the armor, no cosmetics or anything. That was a Barbarian that I just didn't want that big long name. Me, I'm just gonna go with like I started Oz, like the Wizard of Oz, ha ha ha. Fu Barbarian. That's always what I name my barbarians, just because Fubar and Barbarian. But with the little kind of the way the chat is, I figured I'll just use tiny little like Doctor, Sir, Lord, just stupid stuff like that will probably be my names. I probably won't use the normal names that I would use in Diablo 3, since everybody just sees me as Fubar in Diablo 3. And they don't really see your character names. Where here, they're going to kind of see your character name and your account name. So I figured, I'll just do like Sir Fubar or something. Anyway, I don't know. That's just my thought. But a lot of people just, what I see a lot of people doing is they like their account names, so they just name their character their account names. I don't know if you can name multiple. Can there be 2 Dr. Fubars? Let's find out. Real quick. I'll even make it a road. I'll just blast through it real quick. Finalize. Doctor. Yeah. You can name all your characters the same thing if you want. That's funny. I might just name, if that's the case, I might just name my character.
Sanctuary.
I don't know what I would name my character. Oh no, can I not skip this? By the way, I think the cutscenes and the storyline so far are awesome. I've heard some people say they don't like them. I like them. Now, for those of you who haven't played this beta, you may be doing the open beta or playing the game. Here's another tip for you. So, for your skills, I don't know if it'll be like this in the game, but right now, everything's shared cross count. So I got 58,000 gold on my new character. I have 1 point, so I can put it in whatever. Put it in that skill. I spend 2 points, I unlock this. I can start spending skills here is how it works, right? I'll get into that in a second. But what I want to show you is right-click, refund, cost 0. So when you start out, don't be afraid to, like, do I like this? Oh, that does that. Well, let me see what this does. Oh, that does that. Actually, I never even used this skill before. I didn't realize it was almost as long as the arrow. Yes, that's like a mid-range skill. So don't be afraid to try it, beat stuff up, see how you like it. You'll level up pretty fast going forward. Real quick, so keep that in mind. Also, if you're all the way down here, it's only going to cost you a couple hundred gold to respec. You can just refund all. And I think it was like 500 gold when I did that. So don't, unless they change it in live, it don't cost much in the open beta. Play around, level up with what you think feels powerful, and then when you get around here or here, I usually respec. Like, I'm like, okay, so now I got this ability. I'm going to change this, you know, you'll start getting different ideas and different respecing. I think people get locked into, like, I want to be a fire sorcerer, and they go down the fire path, and they stay with fire path. No, 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 no. Get some lightning, because it's powerful in the beginning. Then move up, get some ice, or get some, you know, just do what's powerful and respec when you need to. So keep that in mind. Easy to respec, at least in the open beta. I don't know how it'll be in live. Now, when you do this, here's how it usually is for all classes. Cutthroat is what they call this. If this was a Sork, this would be fire. This would be ice, right? Ice, and then this one may be lightning or something. So these are marksmen. That's why they're blue. These are what you call cutthroats. And same thing down here. These are marksmen, right? I don't know what imbuable means. And then these are cutthroats. And then it looks like it has another category, imbuable. So these are imbuable cutthroats. This is what you call, these are your basic, don't cost any resource, or it's a resource generator. So these are your resource generators if they were in Diablo 3. But sometimes they're just not even generators. They just don't cost anything. These are your, what do they call them? Cores? Yeah, these are your cores. These are your basic. Your cores are your spenders. Your first set of spenders, usually. Over here, usually for most classes are like, they don't cost anything. They're just cooldowns. Usually this is where you get your cooldowns. I think on Sork there might be some spenders here. And these are for the rogue anyway. Again, cooldown abilities. And then these are also more cooldown abilities. So it just depends on the... looks like the rogue has all cooldowns. The only spenders he has, and that figures because I was using these mostly as I was leveling up, and then you get defenses. So just look at kind of how it's formed when you're looking at this, when you're first starting out, and kind of like, okay, let me try to understand this. Now, the other thing you want to understand about the skills is they usually have these 3 prongs coming off, right? So you'll spend a point here, next point you'll spend here, which, you know, does whatever. It does something that increases it in some way or gives you benefit in some way. Then you have a choice. So if you pick that, see how the X comes up over there? If you pick that, you can only pick one of these. You can't buy both of them. So you have to choose this one or that one. I like it. It gives you, kind of gives you a little bit of flavor between it. Same thing down here. So you pick that, and then if you want to, you can put 5 points in this to level it up. But you can also, what I recommend is as you go through and you're building everything out, you want to just get to the next node. So you put 1 here, You put one here, put one here. By that time this opens up, you want to pick one of these. Because it's going to give you more power than picking one of these or picking one of these. It's going to give you more power than stacking 5 points into this. You know what I mean? Now you can do that if that's what you're, like, you want to skip this. If your build, you just want to use something here and then go right to here later on. Reset, skip this, spend all your points up here, and it'll, you know, it'll fill out. But basically what you want to do is one here, one here, one here, one of these, and then the middle, and then the end, whichever end. Then you can come back and fill this in. And by that time, this will probably be almost filled out. And you're going to pick one of these. I don't think these little ones are too worth it. I think it's better to pick one of these and one of these, and then come down here and come out on these branches before you start grabbing these little, you know, they're usually just like 3% more damage, 2% damage reduction, you know, little things that help you tweak your build. So that's kind of how this whole thing plays out. Now, obviously, we haven't gotten down here, so I don't know how this plays out. This looks similar. This looks like, can you get both of them? You can. I don't see X's. So yeah, these are singular paths, and then these are, I don't know, extra bonuses. So I haven't got down there yet. This is where I think we end here. Wait, yeah, I think we end on this one. We can get like one of them or something. You can also do a keyword search. So if you're looking for any ability with cutthroat, you can hit cutthroat, and it's going to show you all of them with cutthroat. I can't zoom in out anywhere. So if you're interested in, like, you're making like a cutthroat build, or you got an item that says, you know, all cutthroat does 10% damage. I'm not even sure if that's a thing, but that way you can kind of just search through and see where the cutthroat related nodes are. So pretty interesting how they did it. Don't know anything about Paragon levels yet, but that's skill points. So key takeaway when you start, don't worry about going down a certain path. Just, you can reset it. You know, play around and learn. Now I said the gold is account wide, so all this stuff is account wide. These obols are account wide. These are your blood shards from Diablo 3. There's a vendor. It costs like, I think 30 to 50 of these to get a item, and it can be a gray, a blue, a yellow, or a legendary. Pretty, you know, I've gotten 1 or 2 legendaries from them, and I haven't spent many obols yet. But they are count wide, so you can save them up. I was going to spend these on my barbarian and try to get some legendaries. So keep that in mind. Consumables are in here. The only tip I have here for the beta is you collect materials. You'll get a lot, like these vines. I got tons of them. Absolutely, like I got so many materials. Look at all these iron chunks. I don't even know what to do with all this stuff. Let's see. You know, I've gotten some pretty, I don't know, I got stuff. You use it for stuff. I think these bite berries actually are the ones that I use to make potions. Anyway, there's potions at the alchemy vendor. I don't have it unlocked. Let me log into my other character. Hopefully it doesn't crash me out of the game. Now, when we were having login problems, if you did this, you get knocked out and you have to sit in the queue. So I'll touch on that. So no technical issues now. I've only crashed once this whole game, and that's on my video on the world boss event fail. We were going to fail the boss anyway. I had a bunch of low-level people not doing a lot of damage, but it crashed us. So if we were going to win, like, I crashed out. That was the only time I ever crashed. The login queue, there was a 2-hour login queue the first Friday it opened, like Friday afternoon when everybody got home from work. There was a 2-hour queue. By 11 o'clock Friday night, it was gone. And it hasn't been back since. Saturday, throughout the day, Sunday, throughout the day, no login queue. So they upped the servers. I think people thinned out, and then they upped the servers. So no technical issues whatsoever. See that little stutter there? I'm jumping all over the place, but I'm sorry. It's a perfect time. Hopefully I remember where I was. That little stutter there, that's the only graphical problem I really had that was bugging me. And how I fixed that. Now, it doesn't fix it 100%, but I was getting that just walking around any place. It'd be like stutter, 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 stutter. And
you there.
How I fixed that was options, graphics, and I set my texture quality from high to medium. That's it. What it seemed to be was just a texture load issue. So I was trying to load in the high-res textures, and my game that's as old as my rig that's as old as Diablo 3 couldn't handle it, and it chugs. So I was looking around for a solution online. I've seen people with better systems than I saying it chugged. So I did that, and it's been running a lot better. So if you're getting that kind of stuttery, like kind of chugging, and then it loads up and it goes, give that a shot. Everything else is pretty much on high, I think. I didn't like mess with anything. I think it just set everything on high. Yeah, pretty much on high. What's that? Clutter. Oh, I did. Oh, yeah. I turned down clutter quality. Let me turn that back up. I'm gonna see if that does anything later. I did turn that down. I forgot about that. But it was when I changed the thing to medium is when it stopped stuttering as much. I think clutter is usually like frames per second, but you know, I had a counter down here. I don't know where it disappeared to, but I was getting 60 to like 120-ish. I think a couple times I got up to like 140 something, which I have a 144 hertz monitor, so yeah. But for an old system that I have, like that's really good. My system's really old. I got a i5 3570 or 3750, something like that, K processor, and I got a 1060 NVIDIA card. So that was the graphics. What was I talking about before that? Oh, currency and such. So yeah, these things carry over. The bank is accessible to all your characters. You get one share. Your bank is your shared stash. So not a lot of room. The new tab cost 100, which I don't have enough for. And I don't know what's after that. The wardrobe seems to be not like in Diablo 3 where you have different sets that you like. This is my, Demon Hunter God set, and this is my, multi-shot or whatever set. You don't have that. It's more for cosmetics. So you can like, I don't want my helmet to be seen, or I want my helmet to look like these things that I've unlocked. So kind of like that. It looks like you could change your appearance in here, so that's what my dude looks like. Actually, you know what bugged me? Is my makeup. I didn't like that. It looks like I was crying. Let me change that. I want the dark lips and the dark circles like that, but the only dark lips is when he's crying. So, not as customizable as I would like, but not bad. Ooh, I can't do hair. Well, that's good enough. Changed the one thing that really bugged me anyway. Yeah, so all the stuff is shared, so keep that in mind for your alts. Grab the waypoints. Here's the map. I got a lot that hasn't been unlocked. But here's a little farmy guy over here. This area is supposed to be good for farming. There's an event that happens here. I think it's there, right? Yeah, it's here. There's an event that happens here. I have it in one of my videos. I think it's like episode 9, 10, 11, something like that. Just look for like, oh shoot, oh, there it is. Dragon, I guess would be how to pronounce it. But apparently doing that event and farming up here is what's popular. I think it's one of the higher levels. Also, what a lot of people do is they clear all these dungeons. I'm going to save mine. Like, I'm saving druids for the druid and necromancer for the necromancer. I don't know why. I just am. I didn't have enough time to do them anyway. But a lot of people run the dungeons over and over and over again. You can just reset the dungeon. And they're fighting the butcher and getting rares and stuff like that. But pretty big. Like, that was a lot of time running through all here and clearing all this stuff out. Like, I don't have all the time, but let's see. So here's the little regions, right? So that's all the region that you're allowed to. And I don't know if this is the whole game. I mean, I guess that's going to be a pretty good amount of time. It actually seems small to me, so I'm kind of hoping there's more than just that. Because if this little chunk that lasts me, I don't know, that could last me about 3-4 days to clear all that out. Say 5, 10. I mean, about a month I'd have the game done if I was just playing casually. So I do kind of hope there's a little bit more. But you know, Diablo is more than just the storyline, so. There's a lot of stuff I'm not going to get into. This is just how to track like side quests, storyline. Clan, you can be in one clan only for your account, not one for each character. Social, I'm not even sure what that does. Is that like your friends list? Yeah, so it's like your friends list. So you can see who's going on. GR geared me 5 runs, so thanks, Bad Monkey. Season 26 Diablo 3 ran me 5 times to gear me up. You let me be a leech on your saddle, which is the most stupidest like old school expression on the internet ever. I love it. But yeah, it lets you see all your friends that you have. What's this? Local players. Oh, I didn't even notice that. So you can see all the local players. See what everybody's playing. Peeky on everybody. What is this? They're far away. He's in the city. That's not the city. That's the Brimewood. That's all the way down by where I was farming. This must be like the region you're on, the server. Because you don't really see a lot of people out in the wild. That's interesting. There's not a lot of people out there. Huh. What's this? Clan members. What else can I show you? The codex we were looking at. Challenges. Do your challenges. You get titles. You get rewards. All that good stuff. What else did I want to show you? Let me look at my notes. Yeah, I guess the social. It's not... So far, it hasn't seemed very social. Like, this is it, right? This is the most social you get with a lot of people. I tried to spark up conversations with people. I've been successful maybe 2 times. Most people just don't want to type. They're just probably, I don't know. It is cross-platform, so maybe they're playing on their PlayStation or Xbox or something. They don't even have a keyboard. But, you know, people will join in on your events and bosses and stuff like that. But other than that, it's not very chatty. Like, where's... Like, trade chat is the only global chat we have. And as you can see, the whole time I've been playing, nobody said anything. So it's not a very social chatty game. I kind of like at least a chat room other than a clan. At least in Diablo 3 it felt very antisocial to me as well, but at least it kind of had social rooms that thousands of people could join in and chat on. As far as clans, they're limited to 150 people, which I don't like. That's very Diablo Immortalish to me. I think I understand why they don't want big massive clans where everybody just flocks to, like, you know, Riker's Raiders or Asmongold or, you know, Max Roll has like 5,000 players in it. I understand that, but I think 150 is low. I think maybe 500 per clan or something would be good enough, because what you have is now they gotta like make, oh, this is, you know, this is clan goody goody 1, clan goody goody 2, clan goody goody 3 to try to get around that. So you make asinine rules. People are going to do asinine things to get around, make, you know, asinine workarounds. So just don't make asinine rules. But that's something that they did in Diablo Immortal that I didn't like. What else? So we did naming. Oh, map pins. So one thing I didn't realize for a while was you can right click on the map and it'll pin. And it'll show you the direction. And the world's pretty big, so if you wanted to go here, what's really nice is it shows you a little navigation map. You can even use it on unexplored areas. So if you're not sure how to get over here, is it better to come down here or come down here or come down here? It'll kind of tell you even where to go. And see, like that would, like I would think coming here would be the best way, but nope. Obviously, it's something there. So obviously, there's some kind of wall here blocking. Why isn't that the best way? There's some kind of wall there. So that's why it's like good to just, even if you're trying to get to an unknown area, like, you know, this is the best route. Also, what makes it nice is it shows up on your mini-map, so you don't have to constantly open up your map. You know, you kind of got to go in this path or this direction, so it's kind of nice. I do like that, and I wish I would have known about that more. Just nice little pin feature. I wish you could actually pin and share. That would be nice. Share a pin with people. You can link items, but only in trade chat. Not in, excuse me, I got the hiccups. Not in, local chat. You have this social wheel that you can customize, which is nice. Leave dungeon is nice, so I got mine like set. I rearranged all my binds. I got mine on 5 right now because I just didn't have a home for it. But like, quick way to leave the dungeon. Hello. Quick way to say hello. The taunt is cool, so if I mouse wheel this way or mouse wheel that way. Looks like there's 3 total. But this one's cool. Where's taunt?
You are courting pain
like
and death.
Like the little taunt there. Invite player. You can use that to like when you go up to somebody, inspect them. And you can kind of see their gear, see what's going on. A clan, like, oh my god, some of these people are just nuts. They're just all legendaries. They've just been playing all day farming legendaries. It's gonna get wiped. I guess they're just trying to see what builds they like. Anyway, so you can sit here and look at them. View their profile, whisper them. So we're already on that. I don't know what this TV is like, if they're streaming or something, maybe. Potions, you can increase these. Some point during a quest, you start at 4/4. At some point, you go to 5. There is no mana potions as far as I know. But you can't burn them if you're already at full life. But basically, the potions drop all the time. So if you see a potion drop and you're a little bit damaged, just drink one and grab it. Grab the potion on the ground. Do I have anything in my bags to show you? If you have equipment in here, you can just hit spacebar on the equipment with your mouse over it, and it puts a little slash through it, meaning it's junk. That way you can sort it out while you're out in the field. Junk, 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 junk. You don't gotta worry about it. Come over here, and then when you scrap, you can do all junk, and then it'll leave everything else alone. And then just like Diablo 3, you can do commons, rares. This one finally has an all items. So if there's ever like legendaries you want to scrap and stuff and salvage. Upgrading, you can upgrade for materials. Right, so I'll go ahead and upgrade. Oh, that's 18,000. I'm not going to upgrade that. But you can upgrade it. Gives a little bit better stats. See, gives me +5 damage per second. Gives me a little bit better of everything. You can upgrade it 3 times, and it gets more materials, more expensive as you go. What other stuff that I wish I would have known when I got started? All this stuff unlocks. Jewelers, just like in Diablo 3. Can do sockets and craft gems. She sells rings and amulets. This is the world tiers where you set your difficulty. Purveyor of Curiosities is where you spend those little, what do they call it, obels instead of blood shards. Healer just gives you a free heal. Alchemist lets you make potions. Stable Masters, their horses aren't in a game. Let me show you Alchemist real quick. See, I even use that for like just traveling in here so I don't get lost. Getting pretty familiar with this city and realizing that everything's really close. See that little stutter right there? But Alchemist is good. Here's a tip. I might have already talked about this, but you go in here. So this is where you... Oh, I never upgraded my potion. I was using crappy potion. Crappy level 10. So when you hit level 10, you can just upgrade how much it heals you. Craft refining material. Okay. So you can change your materials. I never messed with that. But I did mess with these elixirs. So they have little things in here. Increase overpower damage. Increase attack speed. Cold resistance. Dodge. This one's good for tank. Increase armor and thorns. But what they all have, if you notice, is 5% experience for 30 minutes. So for me, what I do, since I have plenty of materials, that Gallow Vine and Biteberry, I craft the weak iron barb elixirs and just burn them every 30 minutes for extra 5% XP. And they go right in here, and you can just burn it. See, I have one left in there. And you just click on it, and there you go. Good to go. So Nice little 5% XP bump to help you level up a little faster. And that's about all I got. I feel like I'm missing something, but I think I went over a lot. I think this video is pretty long. How I feel about the game, I like it. I think it has potential. I think there's a lot of naysayers out there. But the reality is, I mean, it looks great for how it runs. The spell effects are awesome. The combat effects are great. Like, when you first do the combat effects, I was actually pretty underwhelmed. But then, like, as you level up and get better ones, and as you start using them, I mean, it was like my rogue was just teleporting over, stabbing him, and he's just jamming his knife, his 2 daggers into the person, leaving his daggers in there, and then like running to fight something else. Then the daggers fly out, do damage to the mob that it flies out of, and destroys him if it hasn't already destroyed him. And anything it touches on the way back to me just does like a lot of damage. What the heck is that? Whoa! Oh, I thought it was a player on a mount. Is that a player? It wasn't a player. Look at that spell effect on those tigers. Yeah. Spell effects are pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie, that freaking snake is why I picked Sorcerer first. I like watching the videos and then watching the video of how they created that and created the sound effects for it. I love that snake. You know, Firewall. Isn't that Rumble? And it fades as you walk away from it. It gets louder as you stand on it. Little corpses get all burnt up and crispy. It's just cool. Teleport looks pretty cool. Little flame bolts aren't that impressive, but you know, it's supposed to be a stupid little spell. So yeah, I mean, overall, the combat, the magic, everything looks good. The sound effects are great. The only thing that, see that little, where's a better one that's quicker? Well, let me do the snake again. You ready? Man, I just love the way that looks, the animation of it. You see it? I love the way when the skills come back, how they look. Yeah, overall, I like it. I'm happy with my purchase so far. Hopefully my game can run it. It has a little bit of 2, a little bit of 3, a little bit of some of the good stuff from Immortal, not the pay-to-win stuff. It's taken some inspiration from Lost Ark in like some of the stuff like this, for example, that Lost Ark has. So, you know, except this is triggered by your little jump. You know, climbing up and stuff like that. So that's pretty neat. I like that. Here's a little event over there. So, like, they've taken inspiration from a lot of different things. We'll see how it is. We'll see what the end game's like. Will it need to be completely remade like Diablo 3 was because they were too ambitious or not ambitious enough? Who knows? Anyway, hopefully you like this video. That's kind of what I learned about the game in open beta. I keep feeling like I'm forgetting something. You could teleport to the town. I just feel like there's something else I really wanted to tell you, and as soon as I don't do it, as soon as I stop the video, I'll be like, darn, I should have put that in. Anyway, I hope some of the tips that I showed you, some of the information that's in here helps you out. Helps you decide if you want to try the game. I would say try it. I mean, it might be rough. I mean, we'll see how the open beta is. Probably going to be a lot of people trying to get in. So we'll see how next weekend goes. And I would say try it, and that way you can see if it runs on your computer. See if it's something you maybe want to invest that huge $70 price tag into. I mean, Ugh, one thing I don't like is the battle pass. I don't think they should be doing battle passes and rewarding cosmetics. I haven't even looked up the information. I just heard, what the heck? That was an interesting way to spawn. Here, let's use a snake gun. Look at the icicles like flying off of it. I heard they were going to do a battle pass, but to do a battle pass, like, that you got to pay for in a game that you're paying $70 for, it's one thing to do it in Fortnite, but to do it in a game that you're paying full price for, oof, I don't know, man. If they do that, they better, everything that costs money in that battle pass, 3 months later, it better be included in the normal game. Like, it better be just like, if you do the pay battle pass, you get it 3 or 6 months earlier. It's not exclusive. Like, you're left out in the dust. And I wouldn't say any more than 6 months, or that's an insult, but I really don't like the fact that they want you to pay AAA game prices, $70, not $60, and putting the battle pass in there. That's one huge con for me. If you're paying full price for a game, you should get the game. And that means all the cosmetics, everything, to take a cosmetic and put it in a battle pass is a cosmetic they could have let you earn or grind for in a game. They're taking content out of the game and selling it in a battle pass. They're not creating content for the battle pass. They're creating content and not putting it in the game. That's how I see it. So, kind of against that. We'll see how that pans out. Then again, I was for the real-life money auction house. I still am. I think that's a great idea. I think it was ahead of its time. I think people just weren't ready for it. And that, with how they made the game too grindy and too difficult, the two clashed. It can't be like that. It can't be so grindy and difficult and then also have a real-life money auction house, because then you're going to 100% rely on the auction house. It can't be like that. Anyway, I don't want to get into that whole debate. I know that's an unpopular opinion, so. Anyway, again, I hope you liked the video. Hopefully it wasn't too rambly. It's super late at night, and my mind's shot as it is, and I'm trying to remember everything. So I'll see you guys in the next video. I'll try to come up with some useful information. Keep your eye on my channel. You know, sub up if you haven't. Love to have you as a member. Getting close to 3,000 subscribers. It's been a slow ride. Very slow ride to get to 3,000, but getting very close now. So if you're not part of that number, feel free to click it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thumb it up and share it with your buddies. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. Oh, let me do this.
Farewell.